This is Cynthia Hale with the Fiber Artist Supply Company, and I'm going to be walking you through installing your TexSolve Heddles on your Woolhouse Tools table loom. To install your Heddles, you will also need to install the TexSolve cord, rods, and springs that allow you to lift and lower your shafts. Before you start, gather your TexSolve bundles, your springs, your rods, a pair of scissors, and a measuring device. These are your Heddle bundles. These are your springs and spring rods. And these are your shaft rods, two of which will be your apron rods, so you can set two aside. Included in your loom package were 3 bags with different sizes of TexSolve cord. Take the apron rod cord and set it aside. You don't need it for this installation. What you do need are the short and long TexSolve cords that you will use to hang your shafts. Before we install any cord, we need to put the springs into the bottom of our castle. So lay your castle on its side and slip the springs into the holes that you find there. Orient the springs in such a way so that your copper spring rod can go through each loop in the spring. Then fit the spring rod into the recess and install the springs and spring rod on the other side. This is one Heddle. Right now, they're all connected to each other, so what we need to do is take the bunches and snip the tops off in order to separate them. So now grab your Heddle bundles and your scissors, get the twist ties out of the way, fan out all those loops so that you can get the scissors in, and just start snipping to separate the Heddles from each other. When you're done with the top, flip it over, snip all the ones on the bottom, and you can do this for all of your Heddle bunches. Once you're done snipping, you are ready to put your rods through your bundles. Keep the twist ties on at this point, you're not taking them off quite yet, and grab 4 rods for your first bundle. Now you're ready to put your rods through your TexSolve bundles. You're going to put 2 rods in the top opening, 2 rods in the bottom opening, and now it's safe to take off your twist ties. Once you have removed your final twist tie, you're ready to separate your TexSolve into 2 different shafts. So take half of your bundle and move it over to the left, and the other half and move it over to the right. Now you're going to take the rod out from one set, and then you're going to finesse them apart, giving you 2 separate shafts of 50 Heddles each. Lay these like you see here and continue until you have all of your shafts pre-strung. It's now time to thread our castle with our TexSolve cord. 9 inches is about where the TexSolve cord should hang in order for you to attach the rod and Heddles. Your TexSolve is already cut at the appropriate length for this, but you're just going to be making minor adjustments to make sure that it's level. To begin installing your TexSolve on the keys, you will need one of your long pieces and one of your short pieces of TexSolve. With the Norah and the Alice looms, you will only have 2 sizes of cord for this, short and long. Older Woolhouse Tools looms do have different size cord, but in this case, you just have 2 different sizes. It's now time to install our Texsolve cord so that we could hang our first set of rods and heddles. Pick either the long or the short cord to go onto the hooks first for uniformity. And notice the way that the keys are oriented, and make yours look like that when you go to hang your Texsolve from your keys. We're going to start from furthest away from us to closest to us so that there's nothing in our way as we go forward. And you're going to start with the first available full loop on your Texsolve cord. So either short or long is going to go first. Decide now. Hang them on the hooks like you see here. Pass the Texsolve cord under that metal key box rod. Then it's going to go into the gap there between the side of the castle and the pulley, and that cord is going to sit in that first pulley channel. Once you get both cords through, just tighten them up a little bit by pulling on them, and you're done with your short cord for now. Your short cord is just going to hang free there. The long cord is going to go along the width of the castle on the underside, and it's going to go under the key box rod on the other side, over the top of the pulley, and it's going to sit in that pulley channel on the other side. And now the long cord is going to hang. So now we have both sides hanging, and this is when we can take out our ruler just to see where that 9-inch mark is on that cord. So if you pull the cord taut and your 9-inch mark is 3 loops up, that means that when you put your rod in that has your heddles on it, that rod is going to go on the 3rd loop from the bottom. So wherever that 9-inch mark is, that's where the rod is going to go in. So you're going to have a couple of loops sitting, but that allows for you to change your rod height over time and make small adjustments. Now we're ready to install our rods and heddles onto that first set of cords that we just hung. So take your rod and heddles, and the first spring, put the little loop through the rod and put the rod into the channel. And then do the same thing to the other side. If you pull on that spring a little bit, it will not hurt it, so don't be afraid. And then the rod goes into the channel on that side as well. Now, if you hold your heddles through your knuckles like that, it'll make sure that you don't lose any and that they don't slip away in the process of hanging the top side of your shafts. So grab the loop of your Texsolve that you already decided was the appropriate height. So 1, 2, 3 up from the bottom, whatever was appropriate for you to reach that 9-inch mark on your height, and put the rod through that loop. Then that rod goes into the same channel. And we proceed to find the appropriate loop on the other cord, keeping in mind that it may not be the same loop from the bottom as the other cord. The short and long cord may go into a different loop to make for the right height. Put the rod into the channel, and now you can let go. Your first shaft is now hanging freely. Check to make sure that the cord is in the pulley channels on top, and then separate your heddles in two so that you're getting even tension on both sides. This is a great way to know if your rods are level. At this point, you can take your measuring tool and check for that 9-inch height on the top rod. Then you're going to proceed to hang all of your rods and heddles one by one from furthest away from you to closest to you until all of your rods and heddles are hung. As you hang your rods and heddles, you'll want to make sure that every rod that you hang is level with the one that came before it. When you're finished, all of your rods should be level on the top and the bottom. When you're done hanging your shafts, your loom should be ready to put the castle inside of the base, install the screws, and put your beater inside of the loom. Test the keys to make sure that all of the rods are level and that everything flows smoothly. Thanks for watching, and good luck as you string up your Woolhouse Tools table loom. Reach out to us at customercare.fiberartistsupply@gmail.com if you have any questions or concerns about your new Woolhouse Tools table loom.